Star Wars The Bad Batch is now streaming its second season on Disney+. But what happened beforehand? If you want to catch up on what happened in season 1 before getting into the new episodes, then this is the place for you. Star Wars The Bad Batch follows Clone Force 99, a bunch of clone soldiers mutated from the base genome with desirable modifications. The team consists of Hunter, Wrecker, Tech, Crosshair, and the newest member, Echo, a normal clone who is presumed dead in an explosion and turned into a cyborg supercomputer by the enemy. We pick up at the end of the Clone Wars, when the Jedi Knights were slaughtered by their clone soldiers, who had been secretly programmed from pre-birth as sleeper agents for Emperor Palpatine's grand plans. However, the Bad Batch's modifications and willful independence has made them immune to this programming, and when they're sent on a mission to wipe out a strike team that turns out to be civilian refugees, our heroes decide to go rogue and desert from the Empire. Well, most of our heroes. Unfortunately, Crosshair wasn't as immune to the inhibitor chip as the others, and when the Empire ramps his chip up to 11, he betrays his fellows and becomes a sycophantic soldier of the Empire. Luckily, the Bad Batch has a new member in the form of Omega, a young girl who also happens to be an unusual clone. The Batch's journey across the galaxy brings them face to face with familiar faces from this franchise, like clone deserter Kurt Lawquane, future rebel pilot Hera Syndulla, the Martez sisters, and a baby version of Jabba the Hutt's pet Rancor. Possibly. They also take up a job as mercenaries for this lovable underworld bartender called Sid. However, the group are also being chased by bounty hunters who are specifically after Omega. When the kid does end up getting captured, the truth about her comes to light. Omega isn't just another modified clone. Quite the opposite, actually. She is in fact a pure source of Jango Fett's DNA, just like Boba Fett is. The Kaminoans were the ones who put the bounty on her for that exact reason, though Fennec Shand was actually hired to keep Omega safe, since Kaminoan Prime Minister Lama Su would euthanize her to get what he wants. Luckily, the Bad Batch are able to rescue her. Another complication arises when the Batch are reunited with Captain Rex, who fills them in on what exactly happened to Order 66 and the inhibitor chips, and when he realizes that the Batch haven't removed theirs yet, he insists that they drop everything to do so. Thankfully, they do so without a hitch. Except for that point when Wrecker's chip activated and he tried to kill them all. That being said, we start to see evidence that other clones can resist the chip's programming, like with Captain Hauser, who makes an impassioned speech about how the Empire is a violation of everything the clones had fought and died for all their lives. Unfortunately, the Empire knows this too, as they have set into motion a training of their replacements, better known as the Stormtroopers, and when the Batch are sent to rescue Clone Commando Gregor from one such Stormtrooper training facility, the mission goes awry and Hunter is captured. The Batch return to Kamino to rescue him and properly reunite with Crosshair, who accuses them of leaving him behind, while also revealing that he has had his chip removed at some earlier point, meaning that he is now serving the Empire of his own volition. This confrontation is cut short when the Empire destroys the Kaminoan city via orbital bombardment, and the Batch barely escape with their lives. Despite all of that, Crosshair still chooses to return to the Empire, parting ways with his former squadmates once again. And so, as the Bad Batch return to their uncertain future in an Imperial galaxy, the last remaining Kaminoan cloner is whisked away to a secret Empire lab for reasons as yet unknown. So, that is everything that happened in the Bad Batch's first season, and now you can feel free to watch the second season with impunity.